The first thing is we don't have to manage anything. Because when we look at it, approach it already from how do we manage, there is already a panic in there. So that I need to fix something, I need to get the right. So we have to drop that whole management part of it first. Now the space happens by you having a regular practice of silence. You must have a practice twice a day. Do you understand? Especially when you are happy, meditate longer. Because when you are unhappy, you want to meditate when you are not feeling better. Then you try and meditate, you are already so identified with the content of your mind. So dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi. Sukh mein jo sumiran kare, dukh kahe ko hoy. That everybody remembers me when they are suffering. Nobody remembers me when they are not. If you would remember me when you are not, why would you have to suffer? Right? So if you don't practice with your full passion when you are alive and you're feeling at ease, then when you are triggered, you want to go practice. It's too much to ask. Do you understand? It's too much to ask. Already your energy levels are down. Now you want something to fix. It's just not a magic wand. Huh? Right? It's not a neem juice. So we must have a practice regular. Twice a day we must meditate. How many of you are meditating now? Yeah, almost all of you, right? Twice a day we must meditate. Now in the moment when that arises, when that arises, it's really important to really just go into the energy. Do you understand? Into the energy. In the beginning, that's a great movement, is instead of going into the thought, right? Go to the energy and shift the energy of the body. Shift the energy on the body level. Instead of looking for life. So I always say when you are in that experience, don't go looking for life. Don't go looking for your relationship. Don't go looking for your friend. Don't go looking for anybody or anything, because the moment you go looking, you will look with those glasses now. Now anybody you look is in trouble. Do you understand? Whether it is your teacher, whether anybody you look is in trouble, because you are in that state. You are identified with that. So you must first come to silence. Do you understand? Come to that distinction. Now as you evolve, it's very natural. Do you understand? It becomes very natural. It just, you are space itself then. You don't need to create space anymore. Because consciousness and space are similar. If we have to talk about an element which describes consciousness, the closest element that comes to consciousness is space. It's all pervading, is it not? All elements come within space, isn't it? Everything is made up of space, is contained within space. Is it not? So we are in space, but we are also made up of it. All element is made up of space, right? So when you really start to experience self as consciousness, as self, then it's very natural. But in the beginning, when you are really practicing through, if you don't have a regular practice of silence, coming to your silence, just 30 minutes in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes in the evening, right? Regular, one must do it. If you don't have that, at least is minimum. More is great, but this is at least this much we must do. If you don't have this practice, even then you can forget about it. Do you understand? So we must have this practice regularly. Then you can really, when that arises, slowly your awareness of your own consciousness increases. In that moment when you are triggered, don't go looking. Come to your silence. Come to that loving kindness. In that moment, practice fully. When you will practice fully, in that moment you will be liberated. Do you understand? Really turn to silence and connect to that existential love, that loving kindness, because that's the truth of life, is it not? Because that's at the predominant, whatever mumbo jumbo is going on, doesn't matter. At the base is what? It's love, isn't it? You have to be very violent to deny that. Do you comprehend? You have to be so angry towards yourself actually. That's all it is you hate yourself. Only then you can deny it. Do you understand? It's an expression of our self-hatred, our denial of that field of love, which is silence itself. So in that moment when you are, instead of going looking for your story, you go to that. Do you understand? You go to that. So then you can really, when you can create enough distinction now, right? Then you can go and really see at it. Okay, what's from where it is really arising? Do you understand? What is this vritti? What is this vritti arising from? Do you understand? What is really the underlying belief system in it? And but then it will be very effortless. You will just see it very clearly. You will begin to see it. As long as you are identified with it, you can't see it. You just can't. Because you will see with those glasses on. Do you comprehend? So now you're just not really needing transformation. You're either wanting to be fixed or you're seeking validation. That's all.